Hello, and welcome to another edition of Journey to Stewardship, where we learn to be good stewards of what God has entrusted to us. I'm your host, the Reverend Doctor, and tonight I got a good topic tonight. Good topic tonight. And I want to remind you and let you know that God can do great things through one person or a group of people. God can do great things. So if you are obedient to God, then God can do great things through you and people around you as a group. But you have to be devoted to Him. And I got some scripture tonight to talk about how God came through, I guess, if we want to look at it like that, for one person, but He used the whole group to get it done. But they were devoted to Him. Now the first scripture is 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9. 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9. And I'm reading from the King James Version tonight. I got my trusted electronic device. And we're going to see just how it works tonight. 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to shew Himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward Him. Your heart perfect toward Him. God is looking for someone whose heart is perfect toward Him so He can show Himself mighty and show Himself strong. And you are that person. You could be that person if you want to be. That God will show you just how powerful He is. Just single old you. And you can do great things. God can do great things through you. But you have to be committed to Him. So He's searching to and fro the earth to find somebody whose heart is perfect to Him. Now you don't have to be a perfect person because you're not. But your heart to God will allow you to do great things. 1 Samuel, the next one is 1 Samuel chapter 14. 1 Samuel chapter 14, starting at verse 6. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us. But there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. And his armor bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee, behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. Then said Jonathan, Behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say thus unto us, Tarry until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place and will not go up unto them. But if they say thus, Come up unto us, then we will go up. For the Lord hath delivered them into our hand, and this shall be a sign unto us. And both of them discovered themselves unto the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, Behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the holes where they had hid themselves. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor bearer and said, Come up unto us, and we will shew you a thing. And Jonathan said to his armor bearer, Come up after me, for the Lord hath delivered them into the hand of Israel. And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands and upon his feet, and his armor bearer after him. And they fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew after him. And that first slaughter which Jonathan and armor bearer made was about 20 men, within as if it were a half acre of land, which a yoke of oxen might plow. Great things. 2 people. God went up against the garrison, and then Jonathan said that when we're gonna show them us. We're gonna let them see us. If they tell us, you know how people say, well, let me just come down there to you. They say, okay, we're gonna wait. Then they say, if we say, well, then come on over here and we got something for you. Then Johnson said, well, we'll go up over to them. Why? It's because the Lord has delivered them into our hand. So see, he took 2 people in the first slaughter, it was 20 people. So 2 people slew 20. God can do great things with 1 person or a group of people. God can do great things. The next one is Judges 7 and 7. Judges chapter 7, verse 7. And this is a familiar story. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand. And let all the other people go, every man unto his place. So we see Gideon. Gideon took 300. Started out with a whole lot. Then God told Gideon, the ones that are scared or afraid, send them home. And thousands went home. Then God said, you still got too many. He said, go down to the river and have them drink. And those that lap, those are the ones you keep. Send everybody else home. And he ended up with 300. Now God said, you can go into battle now. So see, God took Gideon and 300 and slew thousands. God can do great things through you. And Gideon was a good servant. Are you a good servant? Are you a good steward? God can do great things through you. 2 Chronicles 14. 2 Chronicles chapter 14, starting at verse 9. And they came out against them, Zerah the Ethiopian, with a host of 1,000,000, and 300 chariots, and came unto Marezah. Then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Sapphira at Marezah. And Asa cried unto the Lord his God and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord, our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against the multitude. O Lord, thou art our God, let not man prevail against thee. So the Lord smote the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. 1,000. And Asa, only a few. You see, God, is a small thing for you to do great things. Asa called on God. God answered his prayer. And he delivered 1,000 into his hand. Zechariah 4 and 6. Zechariah 4, verse 6. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Not by our power, not by our might. That's out of the question. It is by God's Spirit that he does great things through us, that we become good stewards of what God has entrusted to us. And then 1 Samuel chapter 17. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 45. Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee, and I will take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword or spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hand. That's a very familiar story. David facing Goliath. And David said, wait a minute, you coming to me with a sword and a shield and a spear? But I come in the name of the Lord. I come in the name of God. And guess what? God's going to deliver you into my hand. And I'm going to cut your head off and show everybody that there is a God in Israel. Now, if you read the story, you notice that all the other men in Israel, they were afraid of Goliath. But David wasn't. David said, I come in the name of the Lord. So today I ask you, are you coming in the name of the Lord? Because if it is, God can do great things through you and the people around you. But you have to be committed to him. You have to have your heart to him. He will do great things through you. All you have to do is be a good steward of what God has entrusted to you. See, God entrusts a lot to you, to us. All we have to do is be good stewards with our time, our talent, and our monies. If we be good stewards, then God can do great things through us. That's what he wants to do. He wants us to prosper. He wants us to do great things. That's what he wants. And all we got to do is be good stewards so God can do great things through one person, you, or through a group which you are a part of. Think about it. Think about what God can do through you. And he wants to. He's searching for those that have a heart for him. He's searching. Are you one of those stewards? Are you one of those good stewards? That heart is toward God so that he can do great things through you. So when people turn around and say, well, how did you do that? And you can tell them, it was all God. It was all God. It was all God. Well, this has been another edition of Journey to Stewardship, and I'm your host, the Reverend Doctor, and I always sign off by saying, well done, thy good and faithful servant.